ourselves. We are a early-stage venture fund. We were founded in 2000. We are coming from an entrepreneurial background. We are part of the Viola Group, which is to date the largest technology-focused private equity group in Israel, with three main pillars. Carmel being the early-stage VC fund. Viola Credit provides loans to revenue-stage technology companies in Israel, and Viola Growth, which invests in growth companies that are with revenues of over $10 million. And we are kind of one-stop shop of technology companies to Israel. We are involved currently in over 110 companies and across all stages. As for myself, I'm a FinTech veteran. I've started many years ago as an entrepreneur and CEO of an Israeli FinTech company, and then gradually transitioned to become more an investor. I've been involved in many FinTech companies, few successes, and I'm currently involved in about 6 pure FinTech companies and other companies in big data and customer engagement. As part of our enthusiasm about FinTech, we decided to form a FinTech forum that will work with the industry to cover different topics for the FinTech industry in Israel, and we started a few years ago, and we are trying to do that on a quarterly basis. Everything from specific sector-specific meetups up to what does it take to build a global international category leader to many, many other topics. And actually we encourage you to come up to us with ideas, and we will try to be responsive to the FinTech industry in Israel. And we will try to actually continue and cultivate this experience sharing of many, many FinTech enthusiasts in Israel. So whatever ideas you have, please come to us either by mail or around the networking here, and let us know, and we will try to accommodate as many topics as possible that will be relevant to the Israeli entrepreneurial community. We are trying to think a little bit ahead, and we believe Africa is representing a very interesting opportunity for the Israeli entrepreneurial community. I believe Israelis have always been very agile and adaptive to emerging market needs, and definitely we can't ignore what's going on in Africa. And I believe it's easier for us, it's closer for us, and sometimes even less competitive for us. So I hope that we will both hear about activities of Irrational innovation in Africa, but also two companies that are already operating in Africa, and we will start a dialogue around that opportunity. And I hope that many, many Israeli companies will start working in that important and emerging part of the world. And there are also other markets outside of the United States, Europe, China, Japan, and others. So.
This guy in the picture is a guy called Mark Zuckerberg. He just has a selfie with the president and vice president of Nigeria, and it's a sign. And we're starting it as a teaser because we think something is happening. It's not only that Zuckerberg is coming to Africa due to philanthropic issues, and not that other leaders are becoming to be more and more interested in this region. It's due to the fact there's something happening, a huge opportunity. Anderson Horowitz invested only in the last year twice in the companies that are approaching the African markets. There are other VCs we are coming to see, and we are meeting with lots of Nigerian startups in the last 3 or 4 months, and we're seeing a Y Combinator type of companies. We're seeing exits, IPOs, and M&As. And I hope to convince you that that's the next big opportunity. I know that most of you are looking at the US as the main market, and I have a small hope that after we'll spend an hour and a half together, you'll start to think about Africa as your next big thing. So thanks again for Carmel for having this meetup together. It's great to have such a prestigious VC working together and promoting interests. I do hope that it will be only our first meetup together, and that we'll have lots of opportunities to cooperate, not only in meetups, but in other issues as well.
Co-investing and company.
Co-investing, exactly. Irrational innovations, ourselves. So we are lean and mean. We just started almost a year ago, and we gained traction the last few months. So we're the first African-focused venture builder, which means that we not only invest capital, but we do much more, hopefully, for our portfolio companies, just like other notable VCs. But I hope we're creating a value package that could be appealing for Israeli entrepreneurs that are trying to penetrate this very promising, but with lots of barriers, geography. We invest and build inclusive fintech startups where we leverage behavioral economics with one of our partners, Professor Dan Ariely, which is well known for his research on behavioral issues, and we hope to leverage all of his insights and cutting-edge research to leverage it for our portfolio companies. We started building a methodology, started doing research on ground, and hopefully we'll announce soon some of our first insights. And as Israelis, we came with lots of ambition, so we're establishing Entrepreneurs Without Borders. We think that Israeli chutzpah and entrepreneurial culture can assist African entrepreneurs and work together with them. And again, we're coming with a very, very humble perspective, and we think that we can teach and learn. We are targeting not only fintech, but a more specific subcategory, which is inclusive fintech. Fintech that targets below median income or bottom of pyramid to imagine middle class, and hopefully we think that that's the new growth engine for Africa.
Excited to see such a big crowd coming here to hear about fintech in Africa. In my presentation, you will hear a lot about the challenges, but you also hear about the potential. We believe the potential in the region is huge, and we should get much more focus here. So what is our mission statement? We target to reshape the way financial services are provided in Africa. We are a fast-growing fintech company. We provided till now over 20,000 loans, and we're growing very fast. You're going to hear a lot about Ghana as a market and about credit as a product, but by all means, we are looking into expansion in both. So what do we offer? What's our solution? We offer a new approach for lending with proven success. Basically, the process is a fully online process in which the customer is applying through a mobile device or a different type of device, I'll present it soon. Filling the application, our decision engine, which is targeted for this specific segment, gives an answer and predicts whether you're going to be a good customer or not. When you're approved, you're getting your money directly. All of this process, the entire cycle, takes minutes. Maybe for us as Westerns, it sounds, it's okay, so you can apply for a loan through a mobile device and you get a loan quite fast. However, doing it in Africa and the markets we're targeting, keep in mind for customers who do not get credit services through any other channel, it's nothing but revolutionary. Getting credit services within minutes. We're giving a very fast and easy solution to our customers. We give a lot of emphasis on accessibility, making our solution accessible to as many customers as possible. The acceptance rate of FIDO solution is much higher than most of the online credit providers I know about in the region and in other regions. We put a lot of focus around that also. I want to share with you that in this August, FIDO provided 5 times the number of loans it provided in this January. Our growth is very, very fast, and we'll continue to grow very fast with our loan offering. The non-bank lending size in Africa, in sub-Saharan African countries, is $76 billion a year. Non-bank lending, money coming out in different channels. So the market is huge. I mentioned here a lot about also a few figures about the underbanked and the percentage of people in Africa with bank accounts, because we are serving customers who have bank accounts or mobile wallets. We are not dealing with cash ourselves. We provide our service to customers with bank accounts or mobile wallets.
co-founder and CEO of Snap Credit. It's also a lending company that is operating in Nigeria. And as you can see in the presentation, we're taking a different approach to the African market. Mostly we're targeting what we call the white-collar middle class, which is basically people that are employed in steady jobs. And we're providing a simpler and more convenient way for them to access credit. Emerging markets in general have a very, very crucial pain for customers, for retail customers. They don't have a lot of access to credit. It doesn't matter if it's Africa, East Europe, a lot of parts in Asia. It's the same problem all over again, and in most cases, the same solutions all over the places. For us, the reason that we approached Nigeria is basically, one is opportunistic, because one of the founders of the company already did business there, so it was very easy to step in and understand where we are. The second thing is that it's 200 million people. It's a huge, huge market, and it's only growing. So in terms of, and it's also English speaking, so it's relatively easy to access it. What we're providing is what we call a perpetual credit line. It's like an overdraft. It's something that they can continuously access 24/7 without being approved. Once they are approved on the platform, they can just access the system, and within 3 clicks, money hits their bank accounts, no paperwork at all. The way we see our way forward is basically, we're looking at the mega cities of Africa, at the urban areas, and for each urban area, we think that the platform can be adopted. In that areas, the platform could be adopted. However, again, Africa is a very, very slow-paced environment, so things take a lot of time. Even if you plan, something for 3 months, it will last 6 months, because everything takes time there, especially when you're doing the business from Israel. So it's also something that you need to consider when you're opening up operations here. A good question for yourself, would you want to do business in Africa, is if you had traveled to India, for example, after the army, did you like Delhi? If you liked it, then you like a lot of the urban places in Africa. If you didn't, try to find somewhere else.